experience with the the through seminars, or maybe through some speech, or maybe some visit. Okay, so let us begin with the topic. Sir, how much time I will be given? I am given actually up to what time?
12:30, sir. If you
12:30.
can extend,
Okay.
or 12 o'clock.
Okay, okay. So we will be finishing around between 10, 12, 12:30. Okay. So can I share the screen? Shwini, no,
Yes,
Kon
sir.
Shaheen.
Yes, sir. Done. Yes, sir.
Shaheen, should I share the screen, because
Yes,
sir has
sir.
already sent me the the top copies.
Yes, sir. Sure,
So
sir.
how we
I'll
can
start.
go ahead?
Yeah, you can start sharing, sir.
Your entire screen. This is my screen. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
It is visible.
it is visible, na? So
Yes.
initially we will go through the pre-qualifier. Is pre-qualifier discussed by some other speaker last 2 days? No
No,
one?
no.
No one. Okay. So let us start the discussion. Okay. How many participants are there, sir? Approximately. Total it will be, they will be joining approximately.
Sir, nearly 50 right now. 43 is joined, sir.
Well, that is fine, but around 50 crowd is there. Total
Yes,
in
yes.
total, around
Yes.
50.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a very good crowd, and let us hope that they will get some benefit. Even 1% benefit we appreciate after spending 2 hours session. Correct. So let us go ahead. So see, accreditation is a process. Actually, it is not. When the committee comes, you prepare file and show them, and get the accreditation. No, accreditation is a continuous process. So once you implement one particular process for preparation of NBA, it is expected that in your college, in your department, and individually as a teacher or staff or as a student, we implement continuously as a part of our duty, or maybe part of our routine work. Okay, and that is what is expected. But when we go for first time, obviously we need to design a system, and we have to find out the way out to implementation of the system. Correct. Now if I am a newcomer or a new college who have not implemented a system, or if I am already accredited, or maybe old college where some systems are already existing, this pre-qualifier is defined for both the categories. Okay, newcomer as well as the old or maybe accredited previously. This, the reason is, NBA believes that they base on evaluation is based on certain minimum norms which the institute should satisfy before even applying. Like for admission, I need the graduation, then only I can think of post graduation, something like that. So first they verify whether I am graduate or not. Okay, then they will see whether I have first class, second class, or they will take my interview, and then they may give admission to PG. So the first part here is we will go through very quickly the pre-qualifier pro forma. I will not go in detail, which are very obvious, and just filling the information which anyone can fill. We will scan it very quickly. So name and address of the college, very easy. So I will have a word, very easy means don't need to discuss. If I want to discuss, I will discuss. Year of establishment, easy, you know it. Uh, Head of the institution details, name and address of affiliating university. Probably for diploma it will be your DT or state government. Okay, for the other colleges it may be Mumbai University or any university in Maharashtra or in your region. Type of institution, obviously institute deemed university, it is not autonomous. Depending upon your college, if we consider the Kalsikar campus as such, they are self finance, the and they are some colleges are affiliated to Mumbai University, and some colleges are affiliated to maybe DT, or maybe pharmacy, that medical council also. I don't know exactly. Ownership status, it is clearly written, so we have to give that very properly. Obviously, it will be self-financing. Then campus information. Does the college has its own building? Yes, you have to fill the requirement of your building details. Okay. Now, when you are filling this, be careful that you are answering to these attributes only. Okay, be very specific. So if I ask medical room, means medical room existing in the college, that information I have to give. That's all, nothing else. Okay, so don't say the medical room is there in the, we have tie up with the hospital or some other campus, we have something like that, or engineering college mein hai, polytechnic mein itna hai, nahi chalega wo. Okay, campus medical room is allowed, but then you have to write specifically that one medical room is existing in my college premises, and this much medical facilities available as a campus also, that also you can write, but it is separately. Otherwise colleges may have the campus facility but not in the individual college, and the campus may be, kilometers away from the college, wo nahi chalega. So that we have to be very specific. So see that you are giving proper answer. Does the, and probably in online form the information may be yes or no, then there is no issue at all. Then if at all some area or some other description is asked, you have to be very specific. Now computer laboratories means the laboratories which are exclusively, what you can say, computers are used as a equipment for the laboratory purpose. Okay, there may be one or two computers in the normal, let us say applied electronics laboratory, there can be two computers, but that is not considered as a computer laboratory. It is exclusively the laboratory where the experimentation or the simulation or hands on is done on computer only. uh, just one sec. मॅडम मी वेबिनार मध्ये, चालेल बोला पटकन. नाही बोला बोला, नाही बोला पटकन. कधी? हा हा चालेल. डन डन. नाही काही गरज नाही, काही गरज नाही, काही गरज नाही. ओके, 5 तारीख इज डू. ओके ओके, गो अहेड, गो अहेड. Then you have to list the program and here a start. Obviously this information has to be on website. Okay, is I'm audible? Na, is I'm audible? Just I'm asking. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Okay. Programs to be considered for accreditation, that you have to very specifically, your management, your principal can take decision that which programs one should go for the accreditation. Then part B here provides separate information for each program applied. So this form will be, if I am applying for 2 or 3 programs, I have to fill up part B for all 3 programs separately. Okay. And the pre-qualifier will be valid for, let us say, X branch. AICT may, sorry, NBA may approve, but for B branch, the pre-qualifier may get rejected, but it doesn't mean college is getting rejected. So it is a program-wise accreditation. So we have to have the information program-wise here. Okay. So name of the program to be considered, year of start, intake, increase, decrease intake, if any, all details as per the what exactly as what we apply for AICT approval process for every year. Then student admission, you have to give current year. CAY means current academic year. CAY M1 means 1 year before. CAY M2 means 2 years before. They see that the admission status of that particular department or the program, depending upon that whether they are eligible for accreditation or not, it decided. This is the faculty details. Normally the people ask that which month I should take into consideration when I apply. Okay, honestly speaking, when you begin and when your management decides or department decides or the program, we decide that this program we will go for accreditation, that particular month's salary or on payroll, whatever the faculty is there, that you should list, or fix up one particular month in your mind. Okay, but not too old. When you apply, maybe it should not be 1 year back or 2 year back, a recent month. And keep in mind that we have given faculty information for that month, because I'm sure by the time we submit the form, probably the faculty positions in that particular program or department may change. Okay, so you can review this before the last submission verification, that if any faculty updation is required, but you will find that it will be challenging at that moment. So I will advise that no, not to do any changes that time. but always when the committee comes, you can honestly tell them that we have filled up the information of this month, but now this month, next month, or this 2 days, that is the recent month, these are the changes has happened. Okay, so don't try to change the data once you fill, because you will find you will do some mistakes in doing that while editing, deleting, or adding some faculty, and there can be duplication or deletion. Detail of the head of the department, obviously. Student faculty ratio, you can calculate very easily. Here you have taken the sanction intake and number of students admitted. See that you verify this ratio properly from the above two tables. You have got the list of faculty and you have got the number of students admitted. So that will give you total students in the college or not college in a particular program, and total faculty appointed for that particular program for that particular month which you have selected. You can easily calculate student faculty ratio. Obviously it is very clearly written, it is number of students divided by number of faculty. Okay, and you can see here the formulation is given. This simple verification, obviously their program will do, but you see that you don't commit any mistake because it's a very simple calculation. Then when you are taking the faculty, you have to take into account the factorial, the fractional load, not factorial, sorry, fractional load consideration. See, remember, it's a accreditation of your program, but your faculty may be teaching to other programs, or maybe the first year, which is common. So clear cut guidelines are given here. So always, normally I suggest for documentation, what you can do is you can do update the faculty twice a year. We do normally, that is in August and March every year. Okay, for every program. And there will be some minimum details of the faculty, date of joining, years of experience, that will change by one every year. And last columns, you can add the load given to that faculty, okay, for that particular semester. That is one in odd and one in even. And if this record you keep on doing for first month, you may be finding difficult, but for next month, that is March of the same academic year, or next August of the next academic year, you will find that if the faculty retention is good, you have to edit hardly anything, and you can update the data, and that is useful as a documentation for your NBA. So I will advise that not to prepare the faculty data just to fill up for the NBA. That is what we talk about initially, that this is what actual implementation of the process which is expected by NBA or any accreditation authority, correct? So let us begin decide today that we will have list of faculty updated every August and every March of academic year, and the last columns of this will be very clearly the teaching load, where you can have the lecture, practical, tutorial, workshop of the same program, and you can have another column, workshop, practical, tutorial, lectures, whatever it may be, of other program, or maybe other college in your campus. Possible hai. The diploma faculty teaching to degree college students also may be possible as a visiting, or maybe sharing as a load, correct? So nothing wrong in that, but NBA is suggesting that you do the fractional faculty load and fractional that faculty you have to calculate. You cannot calculate. See, suppose I am a faculty and I am taking load of mechanical engineering, which is my parent department, only 2 hours per week, and rest of the 14 to 16 hours I am teaching for other college or other departments. I am specialized in, let us say, information security and all that. I'm also specialized in IT. So I'm teaching IT students all other lectures, but mechanical engineering, mechanical department, I'm taking only 2 hours load. So in such case, I am, even though faculty of mechanical engineering, I am valid for mechanical engineering for fractional load of 2 hours per week. So that is the meaning behind that. Okay, so definitely my what you can say, aspect as a calculation of the faculty is concerned for mechanical engineering will reduce, because I am taking minimum load for mechanical department, but I am engaging maximum load to other department. But it is always vice versa. There can be from IT department faculty who is taking 80% load of mechanical engineering. I'm just giving a hypothetical example. In that case, that faculty will be accounted to us. So it is both way that you have to calculate the faculty properly. But remember that you have to say that it is existing and well documented and approved by your authorities that you are having such type of interdisciplinary faculty exchange. But in long run, I will advise that avoid such interdisciplinary exchange, because the authorities believe that you should have a devoted faculty for your department. Not always the load is shared by the other faculty departments every time, every semester. Okay. Then essential qualifiers, whether approval of AICT, obviously you can give the answers, and mostly answers will be digital. So here you have to write properly in the online form uh, exactly what you have. Remember that there is a difference between essential and desirable. Essential means it is mandatory. If 1 to 4, if you don't have 100%, you expect that you will not pass the qualifier. But in desirable also, there is certain percentage that you should they have their own program and their own way of giving, and they have given guidelines also in their manual. But desirable, there can be some relaxation. I'm saying some means I don't know, we can measure it. But desirable definitely. But in essential, there will be no relaxation. And remember, you have to honest enough in while typing the essential, because if you type something else, probably they will assume, their program will assume you have that everything, and the committee will come, and that time they find that even essentials are not satisfied, these 4 points, obviously your application for NBA will get rejected. Okay. So be careful that you are honest enough for essential qualifiers as well as the desirable parameters. But there can be some margin, or you can say some flexibility you can expect at your end. Again, the decision is given by the authority or NBA whether your pre-qualifier is approved or not. But see the manual and find out how to fill up the essential and desirable in a better way. Okay. So this finishes your pre-qualifier, and see that you submit your pre-qualifier well in advance, and proper timeline planning you should prepare for your department for your accreditation process, so that you will not waste time in getting approval of the pre-qualifier itself from the NBA. So this is what is for the pre-qualifier. And one common documentation which you should implement at the system from the pre-qualifier, I'll suggest two. One is the sanction intake and the intake document, which is there on the DTE website. The details are always available anytime. And even in that document, if you don't do, it's okay, but better you do it. And the most important is the faculty list every August and March, along with the last columns, the detail of the load distribution given to the faculty for that semester. Okay. So we will move to the actual SAR, which your principal has shared with me. Okay, so we will go through this quickly. Again, here also, whichever are very common, that I will, and very self-explanatory, I will not go into details of that. But whichever are the, what you can say, necessary to be discussed, definitely that we will need to work on that, and what exactly guidelines are required, that we will find out. Okay. So let us go with the part A. Any questions on the pre-qualifier? Otherwise, we will go to part A.
Head of the department can ask the queries, because they must know the details of this pre-qualifier, and if they got some queries, they can ask the question through chat box.
Okay, so then we will take up the chat box questions afterwards at the end of whatever the principal Kartik sir has guided us. Okay, let us go for the part A, institutional information. Please allow me, I am taking tea parallelly. Okay, I will not waste your time, but just parallelly I am taking tea also. Okay, name and address of the institute, name and address of the Directorate of Technical Education, year of establishment, type of institute, ownership status, that we know it is self-financing. Then other academic institution, obviously your trust have so many institutions, so you can list your all institutions, or maybe single institute for some other colleges also. No issue. Details of all program being offered by under consideration, correct? So whatever the programs we are going to apply for MBA, that only this is under consideration. Okay, so those programs only we have to list. Then accreditation history. So if your programs are already accredited, or the other department programs are already accredited, but now you are not applying, that also you can list here. That will give that your other departments are already accredited, or they are, we are being concerned about the accreditation, not today, but last so many years we are in the process of getting accredited. Then 7B, that is programs to be considered for accreditation. That is very clearly we have to write 1 2 3 4, that is number what you have. The total number of employees, again we are going back to your pre-qualifier, and you can see that obviously my faculty details, I will have M and F, that is male female, definitely that category has to be there in my faculty list which I am preparing. So I am sure your college will start preparing first department wise, and then you can combine them as a consolidated one for the college, taking into account all departments. Okay, so like that we can have the clear cut distinction of the faculty, and you can see that faculty in science and humanities, they have listed separately, which is considered as common faculty members for all the programs which are run by your institute, correct? So you can see here I talk about very significantly that which one faculty list I should take into account. Okay, that is the always question we had in mind, and in order to answer that question, here they have given the minimum and maximum. So in a year of 12 months, we have one of the months we have maximum faculty. I identified August and March, where we expect the maximum faculty, or probably May, June, or maybe sometime in the December, you may have the minimum faculty when we terminate from one term to another term, because there can be some transaction. Obviously the transaction of the faculty can happen throughout the year, but you have to select and you have to find out from that. But instead of keeping the record of every month, I will advise, even if you keep the record of August and March, I think whatever numbers you are getting minimum, you have to claim as minimum, and whatever number you are getting maximum, if August is more, list August as a maximum, and if March is less, list March as minimum. That is also the way out, instead of taking the survey of all 12 months, not necessary. Obviously contractual staff also we have to include. So contractual means they are saying very clearly that they are coming as a full time, not the visiting staff, like one faculty is coming and taking 1 hour lecture per week, which cannot be a contractual faculty, it will be a visiting faculty. So the contractual staff comes full time and he is on the payroll, but he is not permanent or regular, or he is given break after certain time as per the norms of your management and institute. Okay, so that you have to list very clearly. And obviously when you are preparing your faculty list, there is going to be one column where you will have drop down, or you may type regular or ad hoc. Okay, that too, and visiting you can add if you want. Okay, so that also we can add, and visiting, and that is why you have to add a load at the end, because if the visiting is there, you can easily find out a visiting faculty how much the teaching load is sharing for your department or your college, for the departments also. Okay, contact information of the head of the institution, yes, it is very clearly written. Okay, it is expected that the email ID we give, it is first in your domain of your institute or management, and second maybe the private one, that is also better we give, because sometimes there may be some issues, so you can get an email on the private email also. But I will advise that for head of the institution you can give email ID as a domain on email ID, and for MBA coordinator you can share both the domain email ID of the NBA coordinator, and his private maybe some other account he has. Okay, he or she has. Then the next one, let us go through the criteria. So again, you will realize that our faculty list is the master one, which is unable, which will make you unable to fill the first part A. Okay. So we have learned till time that we will implement the system of keeping the record of enrollment of the student and the list of the faculty every August and March, along with the load, along with the whether it is regular, ad hoc, along with the teaching load. Then you can fill up the pre-qualifier very easily, and you can see even part A very easily. So just two documentation regularly maintained throughout last 3 years will enable to fill up the pre-qualifier and part A in a fraction of seconds. Just believe me, I can see the people take once together even to prepare such documents. Okay, let us move to the, I'll just finish my tea. Okay, please, sorry, please kindly pardon me. Okay, so let us move to criteria one, uh, vision, mission, and program education objectives. Okay, so we have discussed now many the other speakers also will talk about when they are talking about NBA, about the vision, mission, and the program objectives and everything. Okay, so 1.1, state the vision, mission of the department and institute. Okay, so this should be available on the website also. I don't put too many boards in your college, and every corridor you'll have hundreds of boards where vision, mission is printed. Please avoid it. Not necessary. Okay, and remember that it is, there are two vision, mission of individual program, that is department, and the institution or the college, and there will be one more vision, mission of your management also. So we have the three statements of vision, mission which are interrelated to each other, and you can always map the lower one with the upper one. That means the management vision, mission should be mapped to institute vision, mission. Institute vision, mission should be mapped to the department or the program vision, mission. Correct? The state, the program education objectives, they have clearly said 3 to 5. Now, initially maybe one decade ago, when this concept of outcome based education was emerging, we used to have a hours of discussion on these particular aspects, that is program outcome, PO, then outcome based education, etc. But now everyone is aware, so I will just skip this very quickly because no need of further explanation as far as it is concerned. So state the program education objectives, indicate where and how the vision, mission, and POs are published and division. That is very clearly. Now, I'll just go through this and then I'll discuss one point here. State the process of defining vision, mission of the department, POs, and program objectives. Okay. So now we will come to know that you will ask me, sir, vision, mission to sabka hota hai. So everyone will get 100% marks. Yes, obviously. But remember that how it is disseminated among the stakeholder, that is very important to the NBA. Okay, so that is what we have to be very careful, and we should be able to attract the evaluator that yes, we have proper understanding of vision, mission, and there is a proper mapping of the vision, mission from management to institute and institute to the program. Then there will be no issue, as well as the based on the vision, mission, we will be having our PEOs which will enable us to satisfy or achieve the the target set in our vision, mission statements. Correct? So that is what is important uh, when we are considering the evaluation part. So you can assume that you are going to get 100% marks for that, but there are chances if you are not able to represent you properly, or if you are not disseminating the documents properly with the stakeholders, then there is a possibility that you will lose marks for this particular criteria. Otherwise, these are the criteria where you can expect the maximum marks from the evaluator. Okay. Then next one, establishment consistency of POs and with the department. Obviously, you have to have the match to mission. Mission is the actually the course of action, or that is what is we called as action taken. Every meeting we have action taken report. So every meeting we discuss about our vision, or we discuss about our plan. Okay, we discuss about the implementation of particular system, but out of this discussion there has to be some action for its implementation. So every meeting we have minutes of meeting, action taken report. Similarly, it is the mission is the action, and this action, how it will be satisfied, definitely it has to be that has to be documented, or that aspect has to be in your program education outcomes, has to be there. So that is why they have shown here mapping of your mission statement of the department and PEOs. Okay, so this finishes the criteria. In between, probably I have finished my tea. So in between, if I am, what you can say, not talking, I'm listing here on separate page for revision, which are the important attributes or the filing or documentation system we should target. So up till now, I list again the exhaustive faculty list, the student intake and enrollment, and third one, now it is added with the criteria one, that is dissemination and documentation relevant to defining vision, mission, and PEOs. Okay, and they should be mapped. Higher one should be map, lower one should be map, sorry, with the higher one. Okay, so it will be what, management vision should map to management mission. Sorry, I will start lower one. The department PO should map to department mission. Department mission should map to department vision. Department vision should map to college mission. College mission should map to college vision. College vision should map to management mission, and management mission should map to management vision. This is the way. The lower category, the lower in this hierarchy is your PEOs. Okay, so this has to be clear. So let us go to the criteria 2, that is about your syllabus. Okay, so definitely what we can say, that your syllabus, I think for a polytechnic the syllabus is defined by DT. If it is autonomous, definitely the freedom is given to the colleges, and if it is affiliating undergraduate program, obviously it is defined by the university, or maybe autonomous, or maybe the private university, where their individual academic boards will they approve the syllabus. Okay, so basically the syllabus contains normally 3 to 4 main aspects. So what is syllabus? So in syllabus there has to be a credit and examination system. This is the first part. Second, every course, every paper, or every subject, a detailed syllabus. Okay, second part. Third part, obviously this syllabus, where it is available. Okay, is it available, which books I have to refer for individual modules, maybe module wise book, or in total which books I should refer to learn this syllabus. Okay, the third part. And the fourth part, now with the outcome based education, which POs are mapped, which not POs, which COs. Again, now course outcomes are mapped, not match, mapped with the particular module. Okay, so this is what the additional part, fourth part in the syllabus. So I have to get said very clearly that syllabus has to be defined in four compartments: credit and examination scheme, detailed subject wise or course wise syllabus. Third one, the books to be referred to complete the syllabus. And the fourth one, the CO mapping. Because, and obviously you have to give ultimately CO to PO mapping. If you give in your syllabus at least list of the POs, and if at all you want to make your syllabus enrich as far as the outcome based education point of view, then you can give the CO to PO mapping also in the syllabus. Okay, so you can see that the criteria 2 is basically relevant to syllabus, detailing of the syllabus, CO definition, CO to PO mapping, and obviously, ultimately, POs are mapped with the PEOs. Okay. Now, let us learn the hierarchy. It may be boring to you, but it is a joyful also. Let us learn the hierarchy as far as the what you can say outcome based education. ये जो मैं अभी next 1 मिनट में जो लाइन बोल रहा हूं उसमें पूरा आउटकम बेस्ड एजुकेशन आता है. व्हाट इज दैट? सीओ डिफिनेशन, सीओ मैप टू पीओ, पीओ मैप टू पीओ, पीओ मैप टू डिपार्टमेंट मिशन, डिपार्टमेंट मिशन मैप टू डिपार्टमेंट विजन, डिपार्टमेंट विजन मैप टू कॉलेज मिशन, कॉलेज मिशन मैच टू कॉलेज विजन, कॉलेज विजन मैच टू मैनेजमेंट मिशन, मैनेजमेंट विजन मैच टू management vision. This is what the link you need to establish and keep it live. And this, the evaluator should feel that this link is very much in live, because liveliness also there can be, a 20% line, 20% live. So maximum liveliness, you will get good marks for your criteria too. Okay. So program curriculum, this is the first part. So we got the syllabus now and everything I've discussed, which is there in these tables very clearly. Now, here one more point is there that is very important. This you have to do documentation regularly. That is the gap analysis. So what is the gap analysis? Because even though you have defined the syllabus, even I define, I won't be able to satisfy all COs and hence all POs, hence not all POs, hence not all mission action plans of my department, hence all vision plans of my department, and go on up to the vision of the management. So there is going to be always a gap when you define the syllabus. So you have to identify this gap and you have to additionally consider the aspect of teaching learning to overcome this gap. Okay, so that has to be documented properly every semester. Now, it doesn't mean that, let us assume that there is no exposure on the I will just say the solar cells in this energy engineering or some what you can say renewable energy program, whatever is there. So if I say that on the solar systems, I have arranged one expert lecture this time for my third year students. Next year this solar system lecture will continue, or we will include in the syllabus some part related to solar system, but this gap will remain as a gap unless and until the syllabus revised and it is introduced, or it will remain as a gap and we will have a extra efforts we will continue to do every year for same third year students for the solar systems. Now, if next year I study again and I took the feedback on this from the students and stakeholder, they have said that even though solar systems are included, that is fine, but these renewable energy sources, there is no, what you can say, exposure is given on biomass or some new fuels which are coming out of the emerging technologies, correct? Again, I will have, if our board of the academic boards or our department feels that yes, this gap identified is accountable, has to be accounted, I will have a separate teaching learning defined for the upcoming or emerging renewable sources, and I will have along with my solar system that gap identified, I will have that system or the aspect, and that teaching learning will continue. So this is what is expected in 2.1.2. So it has to be very properly documented as far as the 2.1.2, and that gives why it is included, because every time we give answer, our syllabus is defined by DT, our syllabus is defined by some university, we don't have any control. NBA has given answer to this your justification, and they are saying that your justification is wrong. Nobody has stopped you to go beyond the syllabus, correct? And give the exposure to the students beyond the syllabus, and them make them employable, or make them, what you can say, technology upgraded in the with the emerging correct fields. So this is 2.1.2 is relevant to that. Okay, let us go ahead with the 2.2 टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस. ऑब्वियसली सिलेबस बना दिया, अभी कौन पढ़ाएगा? सो मैं पढ़ाऊंगा, टीचर पढ़ाएगा, लेकिन टीचर को कुछ गाइडलाइन देना चाहिए. सो देयर हैज टू बी द टीचिंग प्लान और वेल डिफाइंड टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस. दैट इज व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, सो इसमें सब आता है. योर लैबोरेटरी एक्सपेरिमेंट लिस्ट, हाउ योर लैबोरेटरी मैनुअल आता है, टेस्ट सिलेबस आता है, एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ टेस्ट आता है, एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ ओरल प्रैक्टिकल, एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ इवैल्यूएशन, सब एवरीथिंग part of that. I know that evaluation is separate, but still it is part of the your teaching learning process. So whole system most of the colleges have. Okay, and they have listed already. So I don't think there will be any problem as far as the teaching learning process is concerned. But still, if you feel that where you are lacking with the documentation, see that you include the documentation in your teaching learning process. In one part here is the most important in teaching learning is the feedback from the stakeholders, that is particularly students, that is course feedback and faculty feedback. And second part is the academic and examination audit. So academic audit is a department wise, and examination audit, it is two types. One is your question papers. Obviously DT question papers are comes from the DT, but test question paper audit you can do, or the evaluation audit that we say. And overall exam cell audit. Okay, that is the exam system, how you prepare your gadget, how the things are maintained confidential, how you got a software as well as the automation in your system. Okay, how you have the updated records of your result gadgets, etc. Okay, so this also includes in the documentation in this. So in this teaching learning process, it is never completed unless we do audit and feedback. Okay, so that is what most important as well as the cross check for your teaching learning process. So second one we can go very quickly, but here they have talked about the projects, and I said very clearly that is all everything. And obviously extracurricular activities, that is also a teaching learning gap. So that has to be the documented. Obviously projects, whether you got internal external project, obviously it is part of the documentation of the what you can say teaching learning process. And you should have we should give the encouragement to the students for the co-curricular and extracurricular activities, because it is not defined in the syllabus. But it is not that we just teach them the curriculum, but we also give them exposure for the other entertainment, as well as the cultural, as well as what you can say literature or music, sports. All these activities are very important for the overall development of the student, which are included. So that completes our criteria 2. We will move to criteria 3. We will do short revision, but I want either the organizers or any one of you, I think we are going in proper line, or any suggestions are there? Otherwise it will happen just I talk, and at the end of the same seminar you will say, sir kuch tha hi nahi barabar, ye bolna chahiye tha, ye hona chahiye tha. Can I is it okay? Everyone is enjoying and getting some information whatever I am discussing, please?
Yes, sir.
No suggestions, so I can go ahead with the criteria 3. Before going that, I'll review. I'm writing separately on a paper, so that I said that in between I may be stopping, so I will review and make the revision again right from the beginning. That is, we need to have a faculty list, we need to have a student intake and enrollment, we need to have proper mapping of the vision, mission and PEOs, right from management up to CO, management vision to up to CO. Then we should have a proper documentation of our syllabus, where the syllabus contains the 4 parts, that is teaching, that is credit and examination system, detailed syllabus of the paper or the course or subject, then the list of the books from where I can learn, and the last part is the CO and COPO mapping. Then Even though syllabus is defined, we cannot do 100%. So there will be a gap in the syllabus. So that has to be identified, and I have clearly said that we have to continue to address the gap, and we have to give proper inputs to the students accordingly. Okay, then everyone is having, most of the college, well defined teaching learning process, but this well defined remains well defined, or the appreciated, or talk about, unless we take the feedback, as well as we do the audit regularly, that is academic audit, and in examination two types of audit. One is the your question paper audit, and second, examination system as a whole audit for that. एक सेकंड ना जस्ट. हॅलो मॅडम, मी वेबिनार घेतोय मी, अर्जंट असेल तर सांगा फक्त. हा, मग मी कॉल करतो तुम्हाला. ओके, चालेल. Okay, so then we have the particularly the projects. There has to be a proper the lookout for the project where the student gets you know what you can say chance to learn the things. And obviously these projects has to be internal and external, so proper documentation. And obviously you need to have a proper calendar for your student co-curricular and extracurricular activities, including sports. And you should have the awards whichever won by the students or given certificates. All details, documentation should be there on the website about this. So you can have your co-curricular and extracurricular activity calendars displayed on the website, as well as you can list separately the awards given or won by the students in our college, our campus, or outside the campus. Definitely all everything should be put in the on the website properly. Okay, so we will go to the criteria 3 now. Okay, criteria 3 is the course document outcomes and program outcomes. This we have already talked about, so we can go very quickly as far as the COs are concerned. Now, I said very clearly, 10 in 1 decade back, it was hours together lectures, how to write COs, and how to map with POs and all that. But now everyone has become expert, so a lot of what you can say guidelines are available from the accreditation agency like NBA, or you can you find in the via web search also. A lot of information is now available, so I need not go into that. And I said very clearly, this COPO mapping can be part of your syllabus also, and see that you are doing a proper evaluation, not evaluation, measurement of that mapping at the levels of 1, 2, 3. There is no benchmark or guidelines. One guideline can be given which can be level 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, absolutely, it is your discrimination depending upon your limitations, or the what you can say what you can say the the facilities available in your department will decide whether you can map at the level of 1, 2, 3. No, basically this mapping is having 3 levels. Okay, which are the 3 levels? One is the tick mark mapping, that is preparing a correlation matrix. Second is the level indication, that is by color or where the measurement is not possible. And if you want to do some measurement, obviously it has to be numbers, and these numbers should be maximum 3, between 1 to 3, which the your NBA manual clearly says. Here you can see here, enter the correlation levels 1, 2 or 3. You cannot enter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then you have to measure them. Yeah, absolutely, it will depend upon your feedback. So you have to ask the questions relevant to the COs, and based on that you can all guidelines are given. No separate software is required. You can have a simple Excel sheet, and you can see that the target level can be even real number. It need not be 1 to 3, and obviously the achievement level will not be always integer, but it will be going to be a linear, sorry, not linear, the real number. Okay, so these are all well established systems and clear cut guidelines, and follow them very clearly. They have given very clearly how to measure them, and what are the slabs we have to consider for level 1, 2, 3. that is 60%, 70%, and 80%. Okay, so if this 80% students are scoring more than 60%, so 60% is your benchmark for decision. Okay, some college may take it 70% or 80% or even 50%, but the NBA suggesting 60%. I think we should go ahead with the 60%. So our threshold value is 60%, and how many students are achieving that 60%, or how much we are achieving that 60%, how much percentage we students are achieving that 60%, is again there are three levels: 60%, 70%, and 80%, which give the demarcation, or the the what you can say, termination lines for the decision of the defining of level 1 and 2 and 3 very clearly. So this attainment you can measure regularly for every course, every semester. This document you have to keep in your. So here I will add the the after criteria 3, one more, that is I'm just writing, then I will do the revision attainment of CO and POs. So in a criteria 3, it is very clear if your college or department is having a simple Excel sheet based calculation based on the guidelines of 60% and 60, 70 and 80% to decide the levels, you can maintain this document for every course, and then from every course you can calculate for one particular semester, and then from that you can calculate for every POs, and based on that you can complete the COPO mapping, the PO measurement table, or the what you can say, that matrix you can complete. Okay, so I'm just mentioning here that COPO attainment system, if you have, because already definition we have taken in the syllabus, I think you can go ahead with the criteria 3. Now you will realize that we have completed the pre-qualifier, we have completed the first three criteria, and you will realize that अरे इसमें तो खाली 10 levels of documentation है, ये करेंगे तो मैं 3 criteria 2 minute में भर सकता हूँ. Okay, if the systems are existing, I think any one of you, no need of big committees and big delegation of authorities, and working office hours, after office hours, working late in the nights or hours together, absolutely no need. Implement first the systems and then fill up the criteria. So I'm now going reverse way. When you are deciding to go for NBA, see that first these 10 listed processes or the systems are implemented, and then decide, and implemented for at least 1 year, and then actually apply for NBA. Don't do other way around. And if you're going to do other way around, it's okay, but then you will find the task more difficult. Okay, so and it will be same time consuming, because if I decide to apply, probably pre-qualifier itself will get rejected and you will waste 3-4 months. Instead of that, you will realize after 3-4 months, अरे भाई मैं ये सिस्टम इंप्लीमेंट कर देता ये सेमिस्टर में तो मैं आगे और जाता था जल्दी. So decision is yours, which way you should go for that. Okay, so now let us go to the criteria 4. Again, remember, for pre-qualifier we have prepared the intake information, the same is valid. So again, criteria 4, I am not listing any enrollment ratio also. You can calculate. Now क्या हो गया, अभी सिलेबस हो गया. ओके, पढ़ाई भी कर दिया, मैं लोगों को पढ़ाया भी, अभी मैं रिजल्ट लिया. सो वी विल हैव द रिजल्ट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, that is from your gazette, it will come. Okay, so you have to maintain a simple analysis as tabulated or as suggested by NBA for result analysis, that's all. Okay, if you do that, you can calculate the success rate very easily. Okay, there are various ways to calculate it. Either you keep a record, just copy paste the same table and see that implemented the system, that's all. Don't make or ज्यादा दिमाग मत लगाइए, यही टेबल ले लो, यही डॉक्यूमेंट करके हम लोग बनाएंगे, और एग्जाम सेक्शन को बोलो इसमें ही हमको नंबर्स डाल के दे दो, एंड सी दैट यू अपडेट एवरी ईयर, एवरी आफ्टर एवरी रिजल्ट. I think this is more than enough. You can fill up all the tables, and remember, these tables are useful for any other authorities also who are visiting or asking any documentation, or even your management will ask, give me your table give me your result profile of your department. Okay, I want to evaluate. So you can give the same tables. I think they're very good, and they gives proper information about the your evaluation of the student, progress of the student, and obviously progress of the student, what you can say, reflects into the progress of the department. Progress of the department reflects the progress of the college, and obviously progress of the institute of college reflects to the the progress of the name of the your management or the society or the education board what you have, who is looking after all the institutions, correct? So I'm adding here results, result documentation, but I'm suggesting that same tables as NBA you have to use. Don't prepare your own tables at all. Okay, and you need result भी लग गए, बच्चे पास हो गए. अभी बच्चे पास हो गए तो कहाँ जाएंगे? They will do either higher study or they will do job. Okay, now you know that I will do higher study after 3 years after I leave my institute, or I will join a job or business after 10 years. 10 years मैं घर पे बैठूंगा. So how I will track such student, or how you will track me, and how you will say that because you have got educated in my institute, you could do a job, or you could do a business, or you could do the higher education. So my suggestion will be, there are three aspects. One is the higher education, second is the job, and probably this will keep on changing in anyone's life. So is it like that I am tracking this for all my students throughout their life? No, not at all. Okay. So let us put some demarcation line. Let us have the 3 years down line. That's all. Okay, so I will today send a feedback form to the students who have passed 2017 June, because it is now almost past 20 July, correct? Then I will send a Google form for 2018 July pass out. I will send a Google form for 2019 pass out, and I will send a Google form for 2020 pass out. Okay, and this Google form normally I suggest should be sent in the month of November, December, October, November, December. So almost we are in December right now. Why? Because those who are passing June, probably their results will come little time, and after getting results only most of the student gets the employment, and some of the employment will be from your placement. Obviously that record the placement cell already having. So you will have the placement record or higher studies record or the business record. Business means they are in particular profession, because I am putting business as a separate category, because we talk about only job, but job doesn't mean that he is employed. Business means also he is employed, and obviously he is doing higher study means indirectly he is employed in only, but he is doing higher studies. So he is excelling his career in all three modes. That is very important, and that is your achievement after educating a student for particular curriculum through well defined teaching learning process, correct? So we will have the record for placement, which is right from our doorstep we have placed the student, as well as the students who got the job on their own or they are in the business. So like that, we can have the mix up of the placement cell as well as the three Google forms which I talk about. That will give you uh, you can fill up this documentation. If you establish in your system, then you can fill up this criteria very clearly. So we have finished criteria 4 with this. And remember that now we are coming to the end of this. That is your professional bodies, what you have. IST, I don't know, for Polytechnic, there can be different bodies, which are student bodies or student chapters and faculty chapters. So we will say, because these are well-known chapters, which CSI is there. So these are now mandatory, or what you can say, they give a lot of platform to the students and faculty to explore their knowledge, and the what you can say, whatever they have learned. And obviously you will have the complete record of your publications also. So that has to be there. So I'm ending with the criteria 4. Before going criteria 5, I will revise again. I have listed up to 14 systems which you need to establish. If anyone is really interested, please write it. I'm sure if you have the systems, will they well documented these 14 systems, you can fill up the NBA criteria up to criteria 4 within shortest time and within minimum efforts. One, faculty list every August, March, student intake and ratio last 3 years, vision, mission, and PO, right from the vision of the management to COs defined for every module or every course or paper or subject. Then detailed syllabus with 4 compartments, that is credit and examination system, the detailed syllabus of the subject, the books to be recommended, and COPO mapping and CO's definition. Then gap analysis from the syllabus and the COPO mapping, and establishing the system to address the gap and to fill up the gap, and proper documentation. Well defined teaching learning process every college is having, that includes your test, examination, laboratory work, everything. Then you need to have the feedback and audit about your academic and examination system. Then you should have a proper encouragement for the student projects, maybe final year or mini projects, or maybe car projects are there, because these projects I have listed very separately, because the project gives a very good exposure to the students, and I think we should concentrate on the different projects the students are doing along individually as a group or along with the faculty, maybe part of the curriculum or maybe over and above the curriculum. Then definitely we should have a proper planning calendar for our co-curricular and extracurricular and sports activities, and obviously we should have a proper documentation as far as the awards and the prizes won by the students and faculty in various such activities. इसमें मैं एक ऐड कर देता हूं, there will be a activities में there will be activities of faculty also, as well as the interaction of the faculty with the outside world also. So today I am giving you a seminar. Obviously, it is my interaction with the outside world, and I'm honored that I'm invited to talk on, the what you can say on this NBA aspect, correct? And then the next part is the the attainment. Obviously, you have to have a proper what you can say uh, COs and POs that we have talked about. Then result, I have very clearly defined. You follow the NBA tables and keep the result record as per NBA table. Then definitely further career opportunities got to your students after getting educated from your institute and department, that is higher studies, job, and business. I said clearly one part of the record will come from your placement service, and I have suggested 3 feedback forms. And remember, you have to send this feedback form every year, but last 3 years. So obviously 2017 students will not get this feedback form for after in 2021, obviously, correct? So we have decided, and we will keep a track of these students for at least 3 years. You can have more time also if you want, and we can get the know-how of their present status of the placement, business, or higher studies. And then college, the students and faculty have different chapters, and their activities has to be listed or co-linked with the it has to be linked with the the general activity calendar what you have. And obviously student and faculty publications, HTTPs, FDP attended by the faculty. So this is what attended, and pehla tha wo activities, correct? So let us go to the the what you can say criteria 5 now, the faculty information. Now again remember, you can expand that table, faculty table, with these attributes, or I should have said that very first, initially only you maintain the faculty table say by NBA. Now I'm going to suggest, because I was waiting to come to this table, make a same table dicto as NBA has given. Only thing is, here it is written already, distribution of teaching load, वही मैं बोला है. So this is what I said is exactly same. You can add 1 or 2 columns if you want. Otherwise, see that you maintain the faculty details at least with the table, so you can fill all these criteria very easily. Faculty qualification उसमें ही आता है, retention उसमें ही आ जाता है, because you have to map August, September, August, March, March, August, August, March. Then you can find out the retention for last 3 years, everything. Okay. We will directly jump to, 5.5 because the faculty we have already included in our documentation. Correct. Now, this I already talk about. So 15th, I will say as organized events by faculty, because we already done this. Actually, I should not mention it 15 months separately. Okay, 15 month I will add whatever the projects we have already talked about, but now there can be a dean R&D or some R&D in charge or consultancy in charge, so in for your college or department. So we let us have the, the product development. You can have the exhaustive list on the website properly, and all these things you can make based on website, manufacturing contracts, etc. So this way you can maintain the, as far as the I have listed this product development and performance appraisal. Obviously, this is feedback of the faculty which is taken. Based on that, the department or HOD or the management takes decision. So I will say just performance appraisal system there has to be there for staff and faculty, then you will get proper marks. ये क्यों है? Because you'll ask me why performance appraisal in between आ गया. उसका मतलब है, in order to find out, by the NBA team want to find out how you encourage the, the faculty who are performing well, and how you not discourage how the faculty who are not performing well. No, we will never discourage, but we should encourage even those who are not performing well. Correct. So encouragement there has to be there. There should not be any threat or in the minds of the faculty. And definitely one or the other day, with your kind encouragement, definitely the faculty will have better and better performance for years to come. So this is all for encouragement and not motivating the faculty, not to demotivate the faculty. Now, facilities and technical supports. Now you will realize that how to keep the record. ये अगर आपको कोई भी question है, तो there are two types of keeping record. One, you can refer to AICT for infrastructure and use the same table to keep the record, or you can refer these NBA tables and document it regularly, update it regularly. So I will not talk much on this because this infrastructure most of the colleges are having. बट प्रॉब्लम होता है कि मेरे पास लिस्ट ऑफ लेबोरेटरीज है लेकिन उसका कॉस्ट नहीं है. मेरे पास लिस्ट ऑफ लेबोरेटरीज है लेकिन उसमें ये नहीं है कि लास्ट 3 इयर्स इक्विपमेंट कौन से परचेस की है. मेरे पास लिस्ट ऑफ लेबोरेटरीज है लेकिन उसमें व्हाट यू कैन से अकाउंटेबल इक्विपमेंट्स कौन से वो नहीं है. समथिंग लाइक दैट. मेरे पास लिस्ट ऑफ लेबोरेटरीज है लेकिन उसमें क्या टाइप का टेस्टिंग हो सकता है, या क्या रिसर्च फैसिलिटी, या क्या फैसिलिटी आई कैन शेयर विद द अदर कॉलेजेस or outside agencies, they can use this expertise available in the laboratory. वो मेरे पास नहीं है. So all, just I said, I will keep on talking about it. So all these tabulation need to be done one or the other day. So you can expand this tabulation by adding the columns in this table. But the base tables can be as per AICT, or I will suggest as per NBA. Don't prepare table on your own. Okay. Even if you tell me prepare a table, obviously, even though I prepare on my own, my background at the back will be either NBA table or AICT table. Always it is like that. Okay. Or the I'm the university affiliated college, so always I will have the, the table in the background, the LIC committees which the university comes and they ask the information. Always I will have a background what the state government ask or UGC committee ask. Okay, so these are all committee which are asking information out of their, so what you can say, pro forma application. Those tables are only in mind, and based on that I will prepare a table, obviously. Correct. So but if all these are in my mind and if I prepare a table, I will be able to fill up the information of any organization. But if it is not in properly formulated, then you will realize that अरे ये भी होना चाहिए था, something like that. Or target only NBA or AICT first. Obviously you will be able to target other agencies automatically because they have prepared a table with very exhaustive study. And I always see that their tables given for the information are very well well defined. Okay, so see that you are maintaining these tables for your infrastructure, as well as the laboratory resources, as well as the the lecture rooms, then what you can say, the other infrastructure, that is faculty rooms, the offices, etc. All everything as per AICT tables you can directly follow and give. So very simple, I'll say the infrastructure tables, or the what you can say, the infrastructure information, follow one particular application tables, then you will be able to do it. And if you are working for NBA, even if you do for NBA, I am sure you will be able to fill up the ASAT approval process form also, correct? So let us go to the criteria 7 directly now. Okay, now that is what we have talked about action taken. This we already discussed, that you should have a proper documentation of the which COs and which POs are not mapped. You have identified the gap and you have taken the corrective action, as well as those POs. Obviously, I have not talked about PSOs. Obviously, PSOs is also another level. POs are common and defined for all colleges, all departments. Same PSOs are the specific to department. They will change from department to department, college to college. They can be different. Okay, so PSOs same as they are PSOs only, POs only, but they are very specific to the department or the program. Correct? That I forgot. Sorry for that. So that whatever the attainment level you get out of your measurement of COs, POs, you have to find out where the attainment level is low. That means there is a gap in teaching learning process or in the syllabus, and you have to introduce the additional aspects in that. Either you change the syllabus, but if it is not in your hand because it is a DT or university syllabus, then introduce the attributes or aspects of the activities which will further motivate and improve the PO attainment and CO attainment level. Obviously, the CO attainment level, if it is increased, then everything is attainable or achievable. So target, the most important measuring parameter is your COs. आपके COs अच्छे हैं, CO attainment अच्छे है, तो सब attainment अच्छा ही रहेगा. Okay, so this we already talk about. And then improvement in the placement, this we have already talked about the placement details very clearly. Academic performance, these are all numbers they have taken in the criteria 7 is very easy. If you have all tables are ready, the criteria 7 you can fill up in no time, because it is just transfer of the what you can say numbers from the previous criteria. Okay, now criteria 8. Now, before going criteria 8, I will go back to the revision. Up to 17, we have done documentation. I will go reverse way now. The last one, obviously, the infrastructure, we have decided that for infrastructure detail, either we will follow the same NBA tables for the department, for the college, or we may follow the, the what you can say, proper combination of AICT as well as NBA tables. That is also a good idea. Okay, then obviously there has to be a faculty appraisal and staff appraisal system. इसमें सब कुछ आता है, सैलरी बेनिफिट्स आता है, सोशल बेनिफिट्स गिवन टू द फैकल्टी स्टाफ, पैटर्निटी लीव देते हैं क्या, ये देते हैं क्या, वो देते हैं क्या, ग्रेजुएटी देते हैं क्या, सब आता है इसमें. ओके, देन there has to be a proper record of your consultancy and research projects executed by your department and the college. Obviously there has to be a proper record, website based and updation, publications done by the students and faculty. Then there must be some students chapter and faculty chapters like IST, CSI, and record of their activities. Then as far as the job, business and higher education is concerned, we have decided that in every November, December, we will send a Google form at least old 3 years pass out students, so that we can update our record about their placement or the further career advancement of the students. Then obviously the for results, same table as NBA we have decided to prepare. Then attainment of COPOs, I have said very simple Excel sheet, 60% as a threshold, and then to decide 1, 2, 3 level, you will have 60, 70 and 80% student crossing 60%. That will be the demarcation line what you have for the decision of level 1, 2, 3. Then various activities done by the students. We should give encouragement for co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Then particularly the mini projects and UGPG projects, proper record, the projects display has to be there, always available in the department, which are live, very specific projects which are done with a, great efforts. Then obviously there has to be an audit and feedback about academics and examination. There has to be a well defined teaching learning process, gap analysis as far as the syllabus is concerned, and we will have the action taken. Then we have said that the syllabus, there are 4 compartments, and there will be right from CO to the vision of the management. Some hierarchy we have defined, and we will have the mapping from lowest level to higher level. And then we will have a very good record of our student intake and enrollment, and we will have the very exhaustive faculty list, which as per NBA or AICT or a combination of AICT and NBA, that will lead to fill the criteria 7, up to criteria 7 very easily. Okay. And then we will move to the criteria 8, mentoring system to help at individual level, feedback system, reward and corrections. Obviously we have talked about this very clearly. We need to mentor the students. Then feedback facilities, we have already said this about career guidance. Obviously it will be part of your placement, and entrepreneurship will be part of your research and product development. So I will add only one point here, that is 18-point process, which we have to introduce, that is student mentoring system. So students mentoring systems, I'm listing. So if that is there, you can complete your criteria 8 very easily. There has to be a feedback from the student. There has to be a feedback from the student for the academics, examination, and the faculty, and the continuous improvement as a closed loop. Based on the feedback, you can take feedback from the stakeholders like your alumni or the parents also, as much as you can expand, absolutely no issue. But you can take the feedback from the faculty itself about the facility of the college or department, and definitely you can include in a closed loop those feedbacks attributes, so that you will have the overall development of your department, hence your institute, and hence your management. And then now governance, these marks are very straightforward. Actually nothing is in our hand, and rather nothing remains untouched here, because जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम एस्टैब्लिश करते हैं ये होते ही है. Like we will just read vision mission, we have already talked about. Obviously the management will have governing body and all administrative boards, the setup we will have. Obviously there has to be a redressal, grievances redressal for examination, general grievances redressal, and women for sexual harassment, as well as the general harassment or the grievances. So there can be 3 grievances in general: sexual harassment, that is from the through women development cell, and then general grievances may be administration of the student, faculty and staff, and the student grievances against the examination or the administration of the college. You can have 3 grievances systems, website based, open to anyone at any time, and will be addressed in a particular time, has to be addressed. Okay. It should not happen that I put the suggestion in suggestion box, and the suggestion box are open after 3 years. That should not be there. And these all particularly delegation of the authority what we have. So we will have the delegation of authority for administration and the financial power. And I'm sure every college and every management is having their the block diagram or the hierarchy of the delegation of authority and responsibility. Those the what you can say block diagrams we everyone is having. नाही काय फाईल लावायला आले लावत जा, माझा सेमिनार संपत आलाय, बट यू कॅन कंटिन्यू. ओके. सगळं दिलेलं आहे तिथे, लिहिलेलं आहे. Then you will have the the what you can say, the transparency. And so all this system will reflect your transparency. Obviously the budget has to be there, but that is not our the at lower level. Obviously it will be dealt by your accounts department, as well as principal, head of the department, as well as the management representatives. But budget allocation has to be proper. I have a very I don't know, as I have, I'm working as a last 1 year also as a control of examiner of Somaya Vidyavihar University. We decided to have budget for the what you can say a particular exam sales budget. So I'm just sharing with you because I want to share very specifically because the budget preparation is done by the what you can say. Uh, Many people in a different way. Let us see whether I can just get it in a very short time. Then I can show you that template. So this is the template is visible? Hello? Is the template is visible? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so this is a very good template actually. If you there is a transparency is there. Don't go with the number. Numbers are just for the namesake. Okay, so if I have see, don't go about the UG full time and these programs. But remember that there will be an income program wise. Okay, so if your college, obviously our college is normally all diploma courses full time, so you can have here only one road diploma full time. So you have the approved exam fee for the students and number of students admitted. So you will have an income generated for 2021, let us say, correct? And obviously there will be some income for the college where they sell out their the garbage for exam sale, obviously the last year answer sheets and all that. So this, there can be a small part where there can be a separate income by selling out your own old furniture or anything. But this is what the income college will have from the exam fee. I have said that is for exam sale, but this will be a tuition fee or complete fee the student. So this will be the left part will be the total income sources of your college. Obviously if there are some donations and all that, you can add it if you account it in your college budget. And then right hand side the expenditure. So here I have given the attributes relevant to the exam cell, but you can define the attributes including exam cell. Obviously exam cell is one of the part of the budget of the college, including the other aspects or attributes you have. And then expenditure budgeted in 1 year back, okay, and actual expenditure done and now for 2021. This is what the very ideal budget sheet one can prepare. And you will believe that I'm sure that in one sheet you can have the transparent, what you can say, financial status of your institute. Okay, but obviously it depends upon your management and the college and the principal whether we should have such transparency in our budget system or not. But I'm sure that this table will tell you very clearly, so that solves your budget allocation. So I have given you the template or given you idea about the template. The left hand side, obviously it will be the income from all sources, and the right hand side you will define the attributes, and then at least last year what is the budgeted amount for that attribute and what is actually spent for that attribute in last year, and budget for the this year. No need to give any details on that. Okay, in this first table, obviously the table will get completed after finding the details only, correct? So I have given you budget template, and this I find that many people like this actually. Very recently I circulated, and I'm sure I will be able to implement the budget system with this template for my examination cells of the Somaya Vidyavihar University very soon. Okay, so budget template I have given. That is the additional document. Some idea. If you have further queries, you can always contact me. So 19 documentation level we have completed. Now we will move to the this देखो ये सब पूरा आ गया, रिकरिंग नॉन रिकरिंग एंड ऑलरेडी वही सेम है. आप देखेंगे तो वही है, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड द इनकम एंड राइट हैंड साइड द बजट. So even though I have not seen this table, you can see that my table. That is why I said if the NBA, NAC, everything is in background in my mind, then whatever tables I define will reflect the requirement of various authorities of the documentation, correct? So non-recurring expenses और adequate budget, so सब टेबल में पूरा पूरा ये सब टेबल एक बजट टेबल से पूरा आ जाएगा, उसमें लाइब्रेरी भी आ जाता है. लाइब्रेरी फैसिलिटीज वी शुड डिस्प्ले ऑन द वेबसाइट वेरी क्लियरली. So I'm just documenting very clearly as a separate document, library as a 20th document, and all information related to this. Just cut paste this in my website also. We answer to these questions only basically, and maybe some additional responsibilities. This finishes the complete all 9 criterias what we have for NBA. Okay, and I'm sure my discussion was fruitful and some addition of the knowledge as well as addition of expertise level of all attendees. And I'll just revise before I close down all 20 uh, what you can say, let us list them again, right from the lower to the higher level, not lower to the higher level, sorry, the last first and uh, first last category. So we will have the library documentation. We should have a budget as per template which I have shared. Then proper mentoring system for the student, all infrastructure details as per AICT, NBA or NAC. Then faculty, then performance appraisal system properly defined for faculty and staff. Then project consultancy and research properly monitored and coordinated through Dean Research or the department research coordinator. Then publication webs on the website done by the students and the faculty and staff even. Then student chapters and faculty chapters well known like IST, etc. Then the record of the student career record, that is placement through the placement cell, and placement achieved by the student or job or business achieved by the student after passing out on his own. Then result analysis table, same as NBA or NAC, or you can follow the AICT में है ही नहीं, but NBA or NAC table you can find, follow. Then attainment level proper measurement system has to be there, and after attainment of COs, if there is a lack in the attainment, there has to be some action taken to improve the CO level. Then you need to have the website based system for the planning of activities and reporting of activities. You need to have website based system for the award winner by the individual student, individual faculty or college or department. Then there has to be a proper record of the mini projects and final year projects, at how many projects are industry based and what is the outcome. Then you need to have the audit, that is the feedback or the audit of the academic and examination system. There has to be a well defined teaching, learning and evaluation system which most of the colleges have. There has to be a gap analysis for the syllabus, and there has to be action taken report for that gap identified. Then एक सेकंद, त्याच्यामध्ये ना कलर हे टाक, एक एक कागद तो तिथे ठेवलाय तो, हा तुमच्या कॉलेज तो जुना असला तरी चालेल, पण नुसतं एक सेपरेटर टाक, कुठलाही कलर टाक. And then there has to be a syllabus properly defined with the 4 aspects, that is teaching, that is what you can say, the credit and examination scheme, detailed syllabus of the subject. Then there has to be a books which should be referred to learn this subject, and the last one is the CO and COPO mapping. And there has to be a hierarchy well defined, CO to PO, PSO, PSO, PO to POE, program educative objectives of the department, PO to vision, mission of the department, mission of the department to vision of the department, vision of the department to mission of the department, college, mission of the college to vision of the college, vision of the college to mission of the management, and mission of the management to vision of the management. This is what we have learned. And very well record of the student intake and what you can say, the enrollment as per DT table, and as well as the exhaustive faculty list table, same as what NBA has given. And you can add some columns with reference to our AICT faculty information also. So this finishes my 20 documentation level. If they are maintained as a system, I'm sure you can fill up this NBA form as well as the pre-qualifier within no time. Now, last point, whether I should implement all these 20 systems, and after 1 year I should apply for NBA, or whether I should start applying NBA and start implementing the system. My proper guidance for this will be, first establish all these 20 systems at least minimum 1 semester or 1 year, and then go for the application for your NBA, that is filling pre-qualifier and actually applying to NBA. So this finishes my webinar, and thanks for patience and listening to my views about the NBA application and the pre-qualifier SAR and the pre-qualifier. I thank to Principal Professor Khatik, as well as the other organization and management of the Kalsekar Institutes, for inviting me to deliver webinar and to explore my expertise and experience. I wish you everyone a happy new year and very prosperous 2021, and let us hope that we go out of this present condition and we will back to normal as soon as possible. We pray God for that. Okay. So thanks a lot. This finishes my webinar. If any questions are there, they are welcome. Okay. बस मी वेबिनार मध्ये बस 2 मिनिटं संपलं. हा ये जाऊन ये. Any questions are there, please? Otherwise, we will stop.
Participant, anybody would like to anything, any questions?
I
They
think I
can.
have. Yes, sir. Sir, I think I have given in a better way. I felt after
Yes.
giving seminar, बहुत अच्छा हुआ. Actually, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है कि बहुत
Uh,
concise and I think well defined. This is
uh,
more my feeling. Okay.
yes, sir. It's our privilege to invite you, and every
Yes,
time you are guiding us,
yes, sir.
motivating us, rather.
Yes.
And the way the document has to be prepared,
Uh,
that L1, L2, L3 level documents,
yes.
really it's worthy and useful at the time of presentation, and it becomes very easy to the head of the department and principal to make a consolidated reports and present before the NBA committee within a fraction of second.
Yes, sir.
Time I learn new things.
Uh,
The vision and mission of the institute. We are
uh,
reaching up to the vision and mission of the institute, but this time you have included the management vision and mission.
yes,
This,
sir.
this is the new things, and which is very much helpful to the any organization or institute. The management, what they thinks and what is their actual vision and mission,
Yes.
and in line with only the institute vision and mission is expected,
Yes,
and
sir.
accordingly programs.
Yes, sir.
So, thanks, sir. Your
Yes.
every words create an impact. The
Yes.
people who matters for the NBA and the institute who matters for the NBA,
Yes, sir.
and how to prepare the documentation, how to articulate the process, how to create the vision and mission, how to disseminate, without wasting any much more time, how to disseminate and prepare the draft and articulate the process. You have narrated very nicely, and we do understand, sir. I
Yes, sir.
thanks once again, Dr. Karandikar sir. On a single phone, sir is always ready to guide the academicians, and especially our campus,
Yes,
Panvel
sir.
campus. Sir is always ready to come and guide and motivate the faculty and staff as far as quality education is concerned. And I would like to thanks all the participants throughout the session of 2 hours. The maintenance, the number faculty numbers maintained consistently, and everybody is listening carefully, sir.
Yes, sir.
So thanks to one and all for this nice session, sir. And
Okay.
we look forward for your session once again, sir. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir. Yes, sir. So we'll close down. Thanks a lot. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
I will
sir.
leave the
And,
meeting now.
yes, sir, you may leave the meeting.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Uh,
Next
for
session,
the
madam, just a minute.
yes,
Next
sir.
session will be at 1:30, and before that, at least 1:10 or 1:15, every participant has to join, because the next session is Dr. Abdul Razak sirs, and everybody has to be there. And after that, immediately we will have a valedictory function. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, Karandikar sir.
Yes, yes,
So we need a snapshot of this meeting. So
हाँ yes sir.
kindly all
yes.
the
मेरे
participants.
मेरा डेस्कटॉप पे वीडियो नहीं है. आई थिंक
Okay,
माय
okay.
फोटो इज विजिबल. फोटो इज
Okay,
विजिबल ना.
even that will do. Other participants who can just click on their video can click that.
मेरा फोटो दिख रहा है ना मुझे अभी. आई एम ऑन द स्क्रीन.
Yes,
आपका
sir.
दिख रहा है.
Yes, sir.
यस.
Your photo is visible.
बस दैट्स ऑल. Are there okay participants? Most of the participants I know many of the faces, but there might be some participants other than your college. There are. There are.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
sir. We do have.
So it's good that they are getting motivated through your FDPs.
Requesting everyone again, please switch on their video. Thank you.
Thank you all the participants. We will again see you all for our next session at 1:30. Thank you.